GGOP, not badly played at all. I think that there was an opportunity for the purple team to make a difference in there, but it needed to happen earlier on, and it simply did not. Not a bad game. However, and frankly, I would rather show you a robust 60-minute epic full of tomfoolery and hardship and struggle and victory and pounding chest than I would show you a 22-minute stomp. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to soldier on. Games for you. I'm going to have you entertained by the time you leave this stream. That is a goddamn promise. Taking a look at the options we have open to ourselves. Let's take a look. It looks like we've got 4 minutes and 43 seconds is about the earliest we're going to be able to do. I don't recognize any of the players in it. However, that doesn't mean we couldn't see some extraordinary things. The next Michael Jordan of esports is lurking just around the corner. Probably in Korea. One can hope. Again, while I've got a break, if you want to check out any of my blog content, or if you want to see this video, it'll be posted up on the website as soon as possible. Check out the website located just below my face, ianjbarker.weebly.com. Again, if you're just joining us, I know the domain name is terrible, but I'm figuring out what the hell hosting is, and eventually I'll have a cheap and understandable domain that you can come to. And as soon as I do, I'll put it down here for you to view in a beautiful font, and you'll visit it, and you'll laugh, and you'll be merry. Things will be wonderful. And no, I have not been drinking. Except water. Taking a look at the two lineups, it looks like we've got the Rammus. We've got Awful on Rammus in the jungle. Gonna go ahead and put him there. We've got Singed running up top. One of my all-time least favorite placements of a champion. Played by, oh my goodness, we lost the game. There we go. Now we're back in. Played by Noah playing the Orianna up against the Nidalee in the middle. Marsh is playing on the Janna. Cloudwater playing the Ezreal. We'll have to see how they do. It's a good lane mobility as well as the ability to harass for Cloudwater and Marshes. Then taking a look at the purple team, we've got the mid Nidalee played by not a Q Dagger Smurf. I'm guessing that it's a Q Dagger Smurf. We've got a pure Golden Boy. I wonder if that's the same Golden Boy that commentated for the fighting games and commentates for Call of Duty every once in a while. But I'm getting off topic. Tallywhacker playing on the Twitch. We've got Teemo, the beautiful and glorious Teemo, everybody's favorite champion, played by Pikachu Bam. And then Crazit actually playing in the jungle. That split push is going to be useful to them later on. So just taking a look at things, I've had to give a prediction between the two team compositions. We've got a lot of ability to pursue and lock down with Tailwind from Janna. I'm sure Ezreal's probably going to go blue Ezreal build. He's already got his tier up. It's the next thing I'm sure we'll see after that. Will be that Mirror Mana followed by, oh, just barely stealthing. Twitch will make it out. He will get hit by the Q, but not going to matter when it comes to not getting that taunt. But ultimately, like I was saying, the blue team has a lot of pursuit potential and a lot of ability to, with the taunt, with the flip, with the shockwave, and with the Iceborne Gauntlet that will eventually appear on Cloudwater, they've got the ability to chase and attack. My only question is, can they get to a position where they're going to be able to use that chase? And my assumption would be, with the Rammus that are Singed, probably. Looking at the purple team, we've got a composition comprised mainly of kind of cheeky players. I mean, they kind of live in the jungle. We've got the stealth from Tallywhacker. We've got the Teemo who can stealth and run away really quickly. Some cheeky play there. We've got the Wish, which will provide some stability. And there we go, the Shockwave on not a Q Dagger Smurf. Awful will actually hit the taunt. He'll throw off the epicenter, but the flash out just making him out. No, a couple more hits on the Ignite. Will he get him? Awful, one more hit. And they will get not a Q Dagger Smurf. Not a bad play by Reyes. Took a long time, but the mobility of that Nidalee is shown off in spades. Anyway, like I was saying, this purple team's composition seems to be focused around the idea of pushing everywhere and then combining that with the global heal to keep people safe at all times. The split push from Shen, the split push from Teemo, if that's something that they want to do. There's just so many options for them to just wander and make sure that they can hit, they can jab, they can avoid this pursuit. And there we go. Here comes the crazy jump in. He's going to try to shadow dash, but he's going to get pushed away by the Monsoon. Great play by Marcius. They're going to continue to pursue the spray and pray coming out. And Telerak actually will fall down, but Pure Golden Boy, Crazy actually will take out Cloudwater, and Marsh is just going to flee for her life. The silence not allowing her to throw down any harassment damage, but why would she want to stick around? And that's sort of what I'm starting to talk about there. What I see out of the purple team is a lot of mobility. They've got a lot of opportunities to kind of hit and run, use the Shen ultimate to get down there and provide the shield. They're kind of everywhere, especially with the wish from Pure Golden Boy on the Soraka. It's just going to make a huge difference. Now Hugh Dagger Smurf going to have to use that mobility once again because Awful is here. There goes some more shockwave damage, or command shockwave damage from Nod, and Nod will actually end up getting that kill. Did I say shockwave? What is Oriana's ult called again? It's funny, because I know these things when it does not matter, and then as soon as I get on stream, done. Okay, it is command shockwave. Command dissonance. There we go. I used to be an Oriana main, and I gotta say it was a long time ago. And then they nerfed her, and I forgot about her, and then they buffed her again, and I still forgot about her. So just taking a look at how things stack up, it's 5-2 in favor of the blue team at about 9 minutes 50 seconds in. 12.6 to 11.9 is the goal differential. It's only about 800, pretty negligible at this time. That can come down just to a dragon or 3 kills, as we see. But the curious thing is, with those 3 kills, the blue team actually not as far ahead as I would expect. Maybe I'm just doing the math wrong in my head, but it doesn't look like it. Yep, I think I'm just doing the math wrong in my head. And there we go. So taking a look at things, what can we expect from these two teams? I think early game in this top lane, Sinch is probably going to want to go hard on Teemo. Teemo can really snowball out of control. Crazy's going to come in here and do some harassment damage, but he will be able to run out proxy farming and actually pulling down those creeps. A great play, kind of reminiscent of Dota. There's another taunt on it, not a Q Dagger Smurf. Awful just wants to get in here. He wants to get aggressive, and he wants to keep this team from snowballing because they have the opportunity. They have champions that have the capability of becoming really scary late game. Here at bottom we see Cloudwater and Marsh is pushing the turret. They just do not want to give any quarter, and that's what I would expect from this blue team early on. They want to choke out the purple team before they're able to use their split push and mobility to great effect, because as soon as there's no turrets or no vision on the map, then that Shen split push, that Teemo split push becomes completely irrelevant, because you can run through the jungle and you can gank them, and they have no support, which means you get kills, you snowball, and you become a stronger team in the long run. Cloudwater putting down his barrier. He's actually going to put the slow on Tallyrack. Tallyrack is spraying page, just coming out, trying to take down Cloudwater, and he does get Cloudwater, but Marsh will end up taking Twitch down. Not just harassing Crazy in the middle lane, his jungle trying to hold this lane for the Nidalee while she backs. Trying to keep that suffocation from happening, trying to prevent this push, this onslaught from the blue team from becoming a problem, and trying to build their own threats behind that defensive wall. Sir X really willing to chase this down. Got some poison of his own, but Pikachu has some poison as well. Doing a good job of farming. He's actually up 86 to 75. Not a huge differential, but noticeable. Dead even in the middle lane, and the 80 carry is definitely taut at the bottom. Really the only difference here is the kills, and with Gold Lead turning into 1.6, things are starting to favor this blue side. And there we go, Awful coming in. Does manage to get the taunt, doesn't manage to get the knockout. Pikachu, there's the flip. He's actually going to put the Stand United onto Pikachu, just try to save him. They're going to ult him into the turn, or he's going to Shadow Dash him into the turn, and they will not get the kill, but Awful actually will go down to the poison. Sir Hex trying to run away, Crazy trying to pursue, trying to juke and just do something about this. He will get the sword, he will get the flip, and he'll get poisoned. The flash and the shadow dash will get the minion, will allow the minions to get some hits on him, just trying to put down what damage he can, but Sir Hex is just running back and forth, trying to distribute this poison onto Crazy. There's another flip. Who will win this? Duel, the Ignite goes down, but Crazy does take him down, survives the Ignite, takes in a great duel from these two. That was really entertaining to watch. I'll have to keep that in mind. Taking a look at the completed items, we've got 2 Doran's Blades and a Chalice of Harmony on Oriana, and also he's coming along nicely with the Will of the Ancients. Actually, I'm sorry, that's the Fiendish Codex. I always get the art of those two mixed up. Fiendish Codex, the preferred method on Nidalee, which will obviously give her ability power, but it'll also allow her to snowball into some other items later on. The Sheen already done on Ezreal. I'm surprised we don't see that Mana Immunity coming out of him. Maybe he just feels like he needs that damage, he needs that spell damage to kind of push this lane right now. They're trying to get some kind of advantage. Marsh is actually going very low to this aggressive bottom lane. Soraka able to continually replenish the mana of Twitch and give him the opportunity to use that expunge, kind of spam that. But here comes Rammus. Rammus rolling on into the monsoon. Actually pushes him back. He gets the flash off. There's the stealth. And the command shotgun actually does hold him in place. The barrier coming out, and he will survive. The ignite on him will kill him, and actually Marsh does take him down. Not a Dagger Smurf coming down here, rotating just to stop this 3-man push, but he's getting harassed a little bit. The command distance is doing a little bit of damage. Cloudwater now getting a shield from Janna, just trying to back out a little bit, and they will actually manage to continue this push. Not a bad response from Purple, but just just that little extra oomph from Janet making a huge difference. Here actually Nidalee goes on. The barrier activated, and they will put some return damage onto them. Will he manage to get it? The Star Call even coming down out of Soraka just to try to change the tide of things, and not a Q Dagger Smurf actually does get Cloudwater once that barrier wears off, and here comes Crazy trying to pursue. There's the shield, and actually will get him just out of range. Orianna saving herself, but here comes Rammus again, not content to gank once. He wants to gank over and over and over, and there goes the Soraka. A great play, and suddenly Blue find themselves up 12 kills to 6 at 14 minutes and 30 seconds into this contest. Shadow Dash just barely missing out of Crazy, just trying to do something to get this damn turtle out of his lane. But here we see a contested blue buff Tallyback actually trying to put down what damage he can, but there's the taunt, and there's the epicenter. Not the epicenter, it's the earthquake? I've been watching too much Dota 2. Tremors! There we go. How can I forget it? What a great movie. Nod. Thinking about throwing his ball across the wall, but no, instead they will back up, and Singe takes the top lane. Overall, things going extremely well for the blue team. And this is what I was talking about. This lineup, with their pursuit, with their aggression, they want to push this purple team back into their jungle, back behind their turrets. They want to prevent any snowballing from happening, anything from getting out of control. Twitch doing the best that he can at 1-5-1, trying to put down Spray and Pray every chance he gets, using the Soraka to try to put down the Expunge every chance he gets, but it's just not there. It's just not there. So now the top turret is down, and the bottom turret is low, and more importantly, we've got 2 kills and 3 kills on the Janna. Janna obviously a very rich support. But Cloudwater obviously pushing this lane nicely. They feel like they've got a lane advantage, especially with everybody running scared from the Rammus threat at any moment. This Rammus is actually doing an incredible job playing this role. And there we go, the Star Call and the Silence actually coming down into Marshes. There goes the Tornado. Tallywhacker getting pushed around a little bit, but he will stealth. Then he'll turn around and turn on Marshes. The Ward in the Bush the Ward in the Bush will help him get a couple shots down onto Marshes. But here comes the Stand United. They want to go aggressive. They want to do something about his mid lane. The Monsoon actually too soon, and the Shadow Dash actually does catch Janna and takes her down. Tallywhacker getting healed up from the Wish by Soraka. They're just trying to do something about Awful, trying to stop this damn turtle. Tallywhacker will stealth and get out. That's a great play. Now, not a Q Smurf coming down, trying to take down Ezreal, but he will get taunted under the turret, and there's the knock-up, and a great play by Rammus to do something about this, but ultimately Purple is winning the fight, gaining the tower pressure, trading evenly at 2-2. A great team movement from Purple team. That reaction to the Stand United is not easy, but the fact that they were able to rotate bottom, and I'm sorry, the reaction to the Rammus is not easy, but using the Shen ult to their advantage, getting that group bottom, and forcing the rotation from the jungle, they managed to get some pressure on for the first time, and things look great. Crazy going in here, very bold. There's the knock-up. The Shadow Dash actually will get him free, but he will get taunted. The Tremor's actually doing a lot of damage, but he's so tanky. Even Soraka throwing out a banana just to try to do some damage to this turtle. Crazy, it's playing this Shen to perfection. This is really good stuff. And then the ultimate will come out. Awful wants to come back in, but he will hit a minion. Do we have a chance to breathe? Not by Nod's watch. He will come down here. Will he use the ultimate? He's actually going to just auto attack, try to push this lane back a little bit because they need some kind of relief. And at 15 and 8, the gold lead has ballooned to about 3K, but you can't help but feel like things are a little bit in Purple's pocket right now. They've weathered the storm to a little, I don't want to say in their pocket, that's maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but things are going well for them. They've found some openings. They're doing some things to stem the tide, and just as I say that, the bottom turret falls, but they have the mobility to work against this kind of suffocating lineup. The move fast from Teemo, Stand United creating mismatches, the stealth from Twitch, all these are options to this team that will allow them to kind of work against this lack of mobility and this lack of map control, and hopefully get back into this game a little bit, because now at this point at 5, and there we go, actually not saying no, it's so fast, jumping into the middle, pulling down not a Q Dagger Smurf, throwing down the Ignite, but Crazy is extremely strong right now. This is why people ban Shen in solo queue. The Tremor's doing next to nothing as he chases down this turtle. Awful getting absolutely harassed. The Ezreal ult does miss. Now going on to Marshes. Will he use the Shadow Dash? He does. Will throw down the sword. Doing what damage he can, but Todd actually saving Marsha's life. Awful just trying to do what he can to keep his support alive. But Pure Golden Boy and Tallywhacker don't think this fight is done. They want to come middle. They see the mismatch. They see the 3. They see the turtle backing, and they want to push this turret while they have the opportunity. They need to take some turrets before this game gets out of control. And just as I say that, Singed pushes the top. Teemo has been virtually a non-entity in these fights, and that's really the problem plaguing this team right now. They're playing almost as a 4-man team, but at this point, Teemo, what is he doing? Oh, he actually died to Singed. He's been dueling the Singed so long, and that's the problem. The Purple team has their own split push, but that Singed harassment is just so devastating that at a certain point, it takes an entire team member out of the fight. And what that means is that with the combination of the Rammus ult, as well as the slowdown and crowd control from Cloudwater, the shield from Janna, and then obviously the command shockwave from Orianna, they can lock down the team, and they have enough stuns and CC to keep this purple team from using any of their abilities. It's a good, again, we see that pursuit, we see that ability to kind of hold on to map control, and ultimately that's what Rammus gives you. Rammus gives you map control. He's a spiky little turtle that speeds around the map and gives you the opportunity to find ganks where there were none. And it looks like maybe we have disconnected. There we go. There's the update, and everything is back to normal. 16-9 at the 20-minute and 30-second mark. About a 5K gold lead for the blue team. Sir Hex is on a rampage. This Singed is becoming unstoppable. This is a real problem for this blue team because what they wanted was that mobility. They wanted to be able to attack other lanes. They wanted to be able to get in between the lanes and do something about this attack. And Crazy actually coming in. He's going to put the Shadow Dash across Rammus and Orianna, but it's not going to hold them in place long enough because there's no follow-up damage. There's no follow-up damage, and the players that can put down the damage are too squishy to actually make a difference once the lockdown goes into effect. Tallywhack is trying to run away, but is that the Iceborne Gauntlet is done on Cloudwater. That's going to become a real problem, especially as this 80 carry just tries to farm. He's keeping steady in farm, but he doesn't have the kill to his name. He has one extra death, and let's actually check out the gold between those two. 7,000 to 5,000. That is a difference, folks. That is a difference, and that comes from, map control. It comes from objective control. It comes from superior farming because of the superior map control. And it comes from the kills that this Rammus is opening up for them. Rammus going middle and going to push the lane a little bit. At this point, the blue team understands that what we need to do is we need to keep these guys choked so that once they're forced to initiate, they have no choice but to deal with us, and they're far too tanky to do anything about it. Pikachu, man, just having a hell of a time. If you're a Teemo and your dream when you pick that is I'm going to go into the jungle, I'm gonna attack these guys, I'm going to stand still until they don't notice me, and then as soon as they're backed up against my tower, I'm going to attack them, and as soon as they attack me, they're going to aggro the tower, and their combined damage is going to lead to glorious, obnoxious victory. That's simply not happening. Singed is saying none of that. No thank you. Come back here, you little rat. I've got some poison for you too. Blue team pushing the middle lane, and the bottom lane is pushed out a little bit at this point, with Singed pushing the top by himself, and with the other 4 down here in the middle, I don't think they're going to have any qualms with the way that the lane momentum is going. Here goes Awful. He's actually going to jump, and he's going to get Pure Golden Boy. He's going to taunt him. There goes the Iceborne Gauntlet, keeping him in place. The taunt holding him there too, and Wish simply is not there anymore. And now these squishy champions are more vulnerable than ever. And not a Q Dagger Smurf, and Italy just trying to put down what damage she can, but here comes Awful, running in, gonna get the command distance, it's gonna speed her up, or speed Rammus up a little bit. The Monsoon's gonna knock them out of the Orianna ult, but not a Q Dagger Smurf is just trying to keep alive on a shadow with the turrets. Awful coming in here too, gonna grab Tallywhack. Tallywhack actually says chase away in his own base. The taunt going on a crazy now, and not even Shen can withstand the punishment, as he will get knocked extremely low by this lineup. And finally, Teemo gets the reply kill. Sweet vindication for users of the rat as they finally take down that obnoxious graffiti spray. I believe he's got the spray can on his back, so graffiti spraying SOB. God, I hate Singed. God. God, I hate it. Marsh is a great howling gale to actually keep him alive. And here we go. The Cloudwater Ezreal, the blue Ezreal's kite abilities just showing themselves, darting around, putting down what damage they can, and the poke damage coming out of that blue Ezreal is becoming a real problem for these squishy champions. At this point, the top lane is pushed, the bottom lane is not, and the mid lane was pushed, but they managed to get the inhibitor. They did not manage to get the inhibitor. This is important. They were so hungry for kills that they actually did not manage to get that, and that is unfortunate. Because if there's one thing the rich need, it's to get richer. 21-10, the kill scored about 24 minutes into the game, 39.3k to 31.4k, so about 8k differential, and a 6 turret differential. Blue has now lost a single turret in this game, and well, that's a problem. No matter how you slice it, that's a problem. So Hex and Rammus is figuring they could do it all by themselves, running in here. The Middle Easter is actually doing quite a bit of damage by Singe standards. He's going to put down some poison. There goes the leaf away. Not a Q-Dagger Smurf, just trying to put down what damage she can. And Sir Hex just being as annoying as possible. He knows the way that this is going. They're going to get this middle inhibitor. I would bet my girlfriend on it. You know, just making the plays, making the difference. There's Sir Hex getting a little bit of tower shot. Does not. GAF. And they'll grab that turret and they'll push out because they got two lanes actually pushed against them. The creep wave actually down clear here at the bottom for the purple team, and Teemo actually able to use his move fast and global taunt abilities to push the lane clear to the blue turret. They will this be it? Purple team has gotten a turret. They managed to get it. Pikachu Man takes another one. Oh my goodness. This is it, folks. This is the comeback. This is it. A 2-8 Pikachu Man. Oh, just thinking he could be there invisible, but it does not make a difference. Poison does not care if you can be seen or not. And the purple team just trying to give themselves some breathing room. And this is actually the right call. They see the pursuit team back. Global Talon going to pull the blue team over to the side, but Monsoon actually knocks it back. Not a good position to be in. Crazy, it's actually going to try to go in on Marsh's. Janna's being taken very low, and there goes the poke from Ezreal, just doing so much damage because that Iceborne Gauntlet. And the Orianna ult's going to catch two. Going to do so much damage. Now the Q-Dagger Smurf in so much trouble. The Stand United coming out of Tallywagon, hopefully taking the bus out of there. Do they manage to stop it? They actually managed to cancel the Stand United. Oh no! Things are not going well. Blue Ring King coming out to Rocket, trying to do what damage he can with the spray and pray, not able to get the expunge off, but I tell you what, Blue Ezreal does what Blue Ezreal wants. The Iceborne Gauntlet putting some slow damage down. He will actually get the shield from Janna. Not a Q-Dagger Smurf does manage to take down Janna. A bit of a moral victory at this point. Pikachu, bam, just trying to stay away from this pesky. And look at his health melt. Going to use the flash, going to put down some mushrooms. Will it be enough? And Sir Hex feeling confident enough to run onto the turret. I feel like as tanky as he is, that's probably not enough. The Pikachu Bam getting another important kill onto Sir Hex, but is it too late? The answer is yes. Soraka doing a total number on this Rammus, just trying to do what she can. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to build up the drama for you fine folks, but at this point, at 27-12, with about an 8k gold lead, the purple team is going to need nothing short of a miracle to make this happen. Okay, maybe as it turns out, I am one of those casters who doomsays. Another turret goes down, actually. The middle turret falls. I believe it was this middle turret for the blue team. So things are starting to look up. I mean, they have some things to look forward to. They're only down by 9k gold at 27 minutes and 16 seconds in. Troll face. They're down by only 4 turrets now. I mean, that's a start. They're starting to get some breathing room. They need to take advantage of that space. And we saw Teemo take advantage of that space, actually, up top when he took down this turret. He used the ability, or he used his global taunt, if you will, to kind of pull the team away, but he also managed to get a turret in the process. And if we take a look at the items that are done, he has the Wit's End, he has the Blade of the Rune King. He's going to be doing okay. Looking at the completed items over on the blue side, though, we've got the Rabadon's Death Cap on the Orianna and the Zonia's on the Nidalee just to try to stay alive. Twitch not even feeling confident enough against Janna to do anything about that. Probably thinking the team is lurking somewhere around the map. And hence we see the problem with getting choked out again. This purple team just cannot wander to their own jungle. It's going to be hard to secure any more advantages for them. Again, looking at the completed items, the Rylai's Crystal Scepter is going to slow everyone down for this Singed. Here we see the jump back in, and the ultimate coming out of Crazy. They're going to try to do something about Awful and Sir Hex. Sir Hex is going to be taking very low, but that poison doing so much damage. Oh my goodness. Doing so much damage to the Shin, who's normally so OP. The Melanomicon coming out from Singe is going to make sure that there's so much damage to be had. Crazy getting knocked back into the damage. And there we go. The flip and the knock up and the attacks. The Shadow Dash across 2, and Crazy will finally fall to Janna. Janna with 4 kills. Not a bad day if you're a support. Buying a Doran's shield for himself. The item disparity, I wouldn't say is... It's bad. The item disparity is bad. We've got the Warmogs up on Rammus. That's going to become a problem. They're going to have a really hard time killing him, and the more time he spends with that Warmog's getting kills, the stronger he's going to become. Now the Shredder's Revelry, as if he wasn't fast enough, as if the team didn't have enough pursuit. Blue team can now close the gap even further. The Iceborne Gauntlet and the Mirror Mana Transform finished for Ezreal, as well as the Last Whisper. Working on that Blade of the Rune King, just to add a little more damage, just to kick him in the balls a little bit more. Sightstone, not Ruby Sightstone, done, but they have two. This team actually has 2 Shreya's Revelries. You're looking at a team that's Singed, an Orianna, a Janna, and a Rammus, as well as a Blue Ezreal, who bought 2 Shreya's Revelries. Because they just can't seem to chase down those pesky purple team members. They just don't have enough initiation yet. These Shreya's Revelries are what's going to guarantee that I have a feeling we're going to see a land speed record out of Rammus here pretty soon. And then we get the flip again, the Melanomicon adding so much AP along with the Rylai's Crystal Scepter, as well as the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, doing so much damage to this team. So Sir Hex is so tanky at this point, he can just run around. He's even got the Twin Shadows, the Twin Phantoms? Twin Shadows up, so he can actually slow people down. Because again, this team needs more pursuit. They need more lockdown. They need more ability to get into the back lines and deal damage. Here we see the Iceborne Gauntlet doing so much damage, and there's the Command Shockwave, the Monsoon knocking everybody back into the back line of the blue team. Pikachu Bam trying to do what he can, and really managed to take down Cloudwater. He does! The poison managed to take down Cloudwater. Not a bad play at all, but Nidalee is now alone with Nod and Awful, a Rammus, and an Orianna to try to defend this turret. And actually, he might have an opportunity to do this. Command Distance is doing some damage, Nod with plenty of AP with that. Oh my goodness, with the Athene's Unholy Grail, as well as the Rabadon's Death Cap. Folks is tired. I'm grabbing a beer after this, by the way, so that I have an excuse for all these missed item names. Not a Q-Dagger Smurf actually will hold this simply because of the respawn of the middle inhibitor, but not jumping up there and actually managing to take down another turret. The Command Distance actually going to allow her to get out a little bit more. She's going to put the shield on. The leaps coming out of not a Q-Dagger Smurf. This pursuit is so epic, and he will take him down. The last swipe from those kitty's claws takes down the robotic ballerina. Not a bad day at the office. Ultimately a delayed team wipe for the purple team. Getting them in this game a little bit, I guess. I mean, they managed to hold that gold lead at only 9k. But the fact is, the turret lead is extended to 5 now. It was at 3. They've extended it back out to 5, and that breathing room is getting smaller again. Pikachu Bam now with that Wits End, now with a Brutalizer, able to do a little bit more damage. I'm sorry, a Phage. Able to slow down some opponents. Soraka just trying to flash over the wall, trying to get out of here. And with the Twin Shadows coming out, Pure Golden Boy is dead in the water. But here comes the ulti out of Sir Hex, and Pikachu Bam running in. I feel like they can fight this, doing what damage he can to Sir Hex. Sir Hex putting down the poison. Pure Golden Boy just trying to be a distraction, just trying to keep alive. And there she goes. She puts down the Wish. There we go. But finally coming down. Marsha's going to run in here and going to take Pikachu Bam out of the fight, going to disable him just for a second with a Howling Gale. The Iceborne Gauntlet does proc and will take down Nidalee, not able to get away in time. Crazy getting hit over and over and over and over by this Ezreal. Crazy in so much trouble, and will also take down Teemo in the process. And now it is up to the mighty Twitch, the sewer rat, born in the sewers, forged in the fires of poo gas and feces. Will he be able to stop this blue onslaught? Here we go. Awful taking both turrets. So much HP on this guy. He's up to over almost 5,000 HP. Not a bad day at the office. Throwing down the AoE damage. Actually putting a lot of damage on Awful. Then they're about half HP, but as soon as this little rat gets caught, he will stealth away. And there's the ultimate actually missing. They thought that they could guess and find him, but ultimately the damage coming out of this blue team is just too much. They're taking down the turrets, and now they're attacking the Nexus. Come on, Twitch, it's all on you! Victory for the blue team! can breathe again. 37 kills to 19, 33 minutes and 8 seconds. The official game time, 59.5K gold to 47.4K gold, so about 12K. The difference in favor of the blue team, the most important thing, a 1 Nexus lead for the blue team to finish things off. And ultimately, the moral of the story is if you choose a bunch of squishy champions up against a bunch of guys who are going to sprint their burly bodies at you, you're going to lose. At no point in that game did Blue have the opportunity to use their mobility to their advantage, because with Reyna speeding through the jungle and with Singe's ability to chase people down, the bottom and top Blue jungles were safe the whole time. There was just absolutely going to be no dive, no penetration, and even if they wanted to use their mobility and get in the enemy jungle, there was no dive. You can't dive with a Teemo. You can try, you can harass, and it'll make a difference, but you need to get a pretty good snowball before that happens, before you have the damage to take somebody down so fast that your squishiness is no longer an issue. Furthermore, the Soraka support is not providing a lot for the team. I feel like a Sona, frankly, even a Nami would have made a difference, because Soraka is pure aiding your support. She's got that slight silence, and that makes a difference. Of course it does. It's always going to make a difference. But against a team that is mainly physical damage and ability to gap close, by the time they're close enough for you, it's too late. It's too late. So I feel like a Sona with a crescendo, the ability to lock down this team when they tried to pursue, would have made a much bigger difference. But not seeing the draft, how do I know that they didn't pick Soraka first? The world may never know. Excellent victory for the blue team. There we go. There we go. Ah, hello. So after a couple of quick games, I hope you're having as much fun as I am, because I swear to God, I'm talking myself blue in the face, and it is not because I think that I need to, or because I think that it'll improve your viewing experience. It is literally just because I am this excited about random League of Legends games. I'm having a blast, and so I hope you are in the process. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some music. I'm going to take probably, about a 5-minute break to grab a beer, let my voice rest, maybe put on some tea. I'll put on some tea a little bit later, because eventually my voice does go hoarse during these things. But I'll grab a beer in the meantime, and you can grab one as well. It's Tuesday. It's Friday, 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Anyway, grab a beer with me. We'll sit down, we'll cast some more games, and I'll see you in just a couple minutes. In the meantime, I'll put up some League of Legends, somebody else's stream for you, and let you watch that so you don't go completely unentertained. And if you have any questions about music, my technique, if you want to offer any criticisms or comments, anything like that, let me know. The entire point of this is to improve, as well as to entertain, and hopefully to grow. See you in about 5 minutes. By the way, this song is by a band called Twin Shadow. Sometimes